This episode of the Fiction Writers Podcast is brought to you by How to Write a Novel That Sells. Do you dream of writing a best-selling fiction novel? With the right tools, you could get there sooner than you think. Visit www.howtowriteanovelthatsells.com and unlock the secrets to writing compelling fiction taught by international best-selling author Lana McAra. Welcome to the Fiction Writers Podcast with Lana McAra, where you will discover tips, tricks, and ideas for fiction that is #unputdownable. Here you'll find new energy, new perspectives, new resources, and new ideas that will spark your creativity into a blaze of brilliance. It's easier than you think. Be sure you visit our website at www.fictionwriterspodcast.com. While you're there, subscribe to us via your favorite network. Now, get out your notebook, tune in, and let's get started.
When you're writing a novel, yes, the middle of the story is important, but the most important parts are the beginning and the ending. This is Lana McAra. Welcome to the Fiction Writers Podcast. Tips, tricks, and ideas for fiction that is #unputdownable. So how do you do it? How do you get a great beginning and a smashing ending every single time? That's the question that most new writers ask me when they're taking my course, How to Write a Novel That Sells. Well, it's something that develops. When I'm starting a book, you have to start at page 1, right? Nope, you absolutely do not. I put in a scene, yes, at the beginning, but it's just a placeholder because as a story develops, I'm thinking about what's going to happen at the beginning and how the ending can be in the beginning and the beginning can be in the ending. And this is what I mean about that. Your book needs to feel like it has come full circle. There needs to be a satisfying element. And you're like drawing a line from the beginning, a circle around the story to the ending, and then you draw the loop and you tighten it up like pulling a drawstring and bring it all together at the end. So when you have the ending in the beginning, that means that something from the ending appears at the very beginning of the story, within the first page of the story. For example, in Reaping the Whirlwind, my Christie Award-winning book about the Scopes Evolution trial, it starts out with a chess game. And when Trent Tyson, the main character, gets up to answer the phone, the cuff of his coat catches on the chess board and it tips over and the chess pieces fall to the floor. Well, that's symbolic of game on, because this is a story of a serial killer and Trent Tyson is going to track that person down. So game on. And then the chess game happens through the book, through the middle of the book. And then in the end, when they catch the villain, that person kicks their leg out, fighting to, not be arrested. And when they do, they kick a chessboard off a table and it goes crashing to the ground. Game over. So that little device there of knocking the chessboard over was the way I brought my ending into the beginning and the beginning into the ending. Now that was a correlative or equal way to do it. But you can do a contrasting way, which is very interesting as well. In Shaken But Not Stirred, my newest novel that just came out, the beginning has this woman is moving, the main character, Haley. She's moving into a second floor apartment, and she has her grandmother's table in her hands. And the guy downstairs offers to help her with it. And she says, no. I wanted to carry this up myself. It was her grandmother's little table. It was a small table, like a little side table. It wasn't very heavy. And she ends up tripping, and the table crashes and smashes because she wouldn't accept help. Well, at the end of the story, she needs help again. But this time, she allows someone to help her and ends up successful. And they catch the bad guy and everyone is safe. So the ending is in the beginning, but it's a contrast to what happened in the beginning, and you can see the development in Haley and also the development in the relationship that she has with the guy downstairs. So putting in those devices helps to draw it together. It's really important that you have it with some emotional pull. It doesn't have to be earthquake, emotion. It can be a small emotion, but yet an emotion. He tips over the game and it's like, oh man, we were just playing. Now we can't come back and finish, it's the game's messed up now. That kind of a feeling. Now for Haley at the beginning, oh, she was distraught. That was her grandmother's table. It was a family heirloom and it smashed. So that is also symbolic of her leaving her old life behind. So symbolism is good. Don't get too heavy with it. But if you can stick a few nuances in there, that's great. And the table does come up again. It's important to the story. So put your beginning on hold. And as you're going through the writing process, note down in your novel notebook little ideas that could work for your beginning and ending correlation or contrast. And then when you get to that point, you'll be going back from the beginning to the ending, the beginning to the ending, the ending to the beginning, and bringing them together in a cohesive way so that when your reader finishes the story, they go, wow, wasn't that great? Really unputdownable. Thank you so much for being with us today. My name is Lana McAra. See you next time.
Thank you for tuning into the Fiction Writers Podcast with Lana McAra, where we share tips, tricks, and ideas for fiction that is #unputdownable. Remember to visit our website at www.fictionwriterspodcast.com and enjoy even more great episodes like this one. Again, while you're here, subscribe to us via your favorite network. We look forward to seeing you next time on the Fiction Writers Podcast.